All things love are floating through this week. So identify how you want to be loved, how you love others, and what is truly important to you. That also includes the who. And get ready to enjoy this ride, but most of all, make sure you jump and swim with arms wide open into this ocean of love for yourself. Hey everyone, it's Christine here. Welcome to this weekly energy forecast for the week of February 19th through the 25th. Welcome to the Sea of Love. Right away, meditating with some of these transits and the energy for the week, I got the song by Phillips with the Twilights. This is an oldies, but a goodie. Sea of Love, beautiful song. This is the energy. If any of you are really into Valentine's Day or simply want a week to celebrate yourself or your relationships, whether it's a romantic or a friendship or several, this is the week. The energy here is just, it's like picking up, what is it, a ripened fruit. So comment down below too, how has your week been? How are things going? Comment down with your favorite heart emoji. What color represents you right now and why? It doesn't have to be anything big, simple. I'd love to hear what you're doing and how you're doing. Happy birthday to all my Pisces people. We are now in the season of Pisces. Reminder, all times are in Eastern Standard Time, New York City time for reference. We are going to get right into the astrology on February 22nd. I got starburst energy here. We have Venus in Aquarius, conjunct Mars in Aquarius. Merging of twos, amplified passion, zest, drive, energy, especially with heightened sexual desires and sensuality. This could also be creative energy as well. We have emergings of masculine and feminine energies here. So there's a combination of twos. You may be seeing twos, ironically, or perhaps not. This is happening on February 22nd, 222. You can use this energy for deepening and exploring emotional and physical intimacy. Obviously, with romantic partnerships and emotional intimacy with your other relationships. But this is great for simply getting to dive deeper in existing relationships, getting to know people on a different level, and also growing these containers with other people. I feel too, a lot of this energy is going to be very fruitful for any creative embodiments, endeavors, any projects that you'd want to start or execute, or even something that really helps you connect to yourself on that deep level surrounding these themes I described. This could be through artwork, dance, music, anything that allows you to express yourself however you enjoy expressing. Could simply mean to simply meditating. On February 23rd, Mercury enters Pisces. It's detriment and fall. When I was meditating with this particular transit, I got Dream Lover by Bobby Darin. A lot of oldie songs coming up. So there may be something there for you. And it fits the Piscean theme. So Mercury is ruled by the Greek god Hermes, and he's an incredibly curious, I would say, fun-loving, clever energy, and god, I will add, in Greek mythology. But he's very high-spirited. He's a messenger and communicator, a traveler as well, and loves to play tricks. Mercury rules over Gemini and Virgo, and it's in its detriment in Pisces and Sagittarius, and this primarily concerns light, and something I wanted to denote. Because in Pisces, it's the last of the darkest time before we head into spring, and we start seeing like the peak of light, right? Light gets stronger, and it's the strongest with Aries. And so light is coming through here, and it's going to complete this end of this darkness, or this dark season symbolically. And we don't have this alternation of light with Gemini and Virgo. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. With Pisces and Sag, I want to make this clear because the way I said it, I think was worded weirdly. We don't have this alternation of light in Pisces or Sagittarius like we do with Gemini and Virgo, the mutable or double-bodied signs. One reason here is, this is one of the reasons I should say Mercury isn't as comfortable in Pisces. So here, Mercury tends to be more emotional, very, very creative and imaginative, stories, thinking up things from your intuition or beyond, highly spiritual and psychic as well. Also very compassionate. Excellent time for really connecting to your spiritual team, because Mercury and Pisces can seem probably a little bit scattered. Sometimes I feel like it's maybe difficult to translate some of the words, messages, or things you want to say from how you're receiving them. I feel it's more felt than spoken. And it's almost like speaking from your own imaginative script into the earthly realms. Because I feel like this energy, you can feel it and you have words, but then trying to explain it may be a little bit different. And what's interesting here too is I kept seeing the energy of Hermes. Hermes in its domiciles, Gemini and Virgo, goes directly to his destination where he needs to go, generally. He's known for playing jokes and tricks on the gods and getting into trouble. But when he's on a mission, he goes straight for it and he excels. He's at its best. But in Pisces, I feel like he's more likely to wander off, get lost, smell the flowers, take a nap, rest, and then finally say, oh crap, we got to get back en route to get to our destination. So there's that type of element with Mercury here. And it's not bad at all. It's just different. On February 24th, we have the full moon in Virgo happening at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will do a separate video as usual. In a nutshell, this lunation is going to be about releasing expectations about what we thought our life was going to look like, or a certain part of what we thought it was going to be like. And the harder we try to push for something, ever realize the further away it seems to float off, or it seems to create some type of distance. And this is what this lunation is bringing up. It just seems like the more we try to perhaps control or plan or create some type of systematic or strategy, strategize in a way where it doesn't allow the universe to maneuver or even to allow things to unfold organically, things kind of start turning to shit. Things become, or it feels like there's resistance, there's frustrations, and challenges start coming up. So elements of surrender, trust, letting go are inevitable here, especially with Mars, Venus, and a Jupiter square, which really speaks to many themes around overdoing it, overindulgence, taking on too much. So, in areas where life may not feel particularly tidy, orderly, neat, you can consider using this energy inward or externally by having fun and doing things in a different way to shake things up. I feel like a lot of in 2024, we're learning to keep going forward in our journey, but we're doing it from a more conscious, elevated way. And when I say elevated, it means that we've grown, so we're going up the next level. Because this is similar to maybe like weight training. If you were to strength train with a, 5-pound dumbbell, maybe 2.5 kilo dumbbell for the rest of your life, you may not get strong in the way that you want. And this is what's happening. On the same day, we also have Venus in Aquarius squaring Jupiter in Taurus, and fun is going to be the key here. This alignment brings up the question, when was the last time you had fun? Like actual fun, like a child, where you're laughing, snorting. When you laugh so hard, your stomach hurts. Because there's an energy here that's saying it's time, perhaps maybe during the lunation or after, where you strategize or reinvent or reconsider doing things in a different way that are more meaningful. Because sometimes creating more order in your life doesn't mean doing more. It doesn't mean getting more tools or buying more things. Sometimes it means connecting to what it is that matters to you and getting rid of what doesn't. A lot of times when people are trying to organize their life, and that was something I used to do when I was younger, I loved helping other people organize, is they complicate things. And it makes me realize that so many people are living out of tune with their values. And that's really what it comes down to with this. So make time after this lunation and with many of these changes and powerful shifts that are happening to really have fun. It doesn't have to be difficult or hard or time consuming. It could be getting a puzzle out, playing board games, watching a cartoon, going to the playground, taking a walk, playing with pets. Maybe a month ago or two, I don't remember, January. I remember I was having just a particularly tough day and I decided to do an errand and I had to return my dog's coats. I had gotten like 4 so they could test them. And I returned the other 2 that didn't really fit them well. And when I was at the pet store, I saw some guinea pigs and I love rodents. And I asked the guy behind the counter, can I hold a guinea pig? And he's like, yeah. Oh my goodness, for like 10-15 minutes or so, it felt longer. I felt like a kid. I was so excited. The guinea pigs were so cute. I got to hold one. It was a hairless guinea pig, my first time holding a hairless one. And it was just so much fun. That memory and that energy stayed with me the entire day and week, and even now, tapping into it. So this is the type of energy to imbue. So think back and go back to when you were a child, because Aquarius relates to youth. And think back about back then to things that you enjoyed playing, things that called to you, maybe things you couldn't connect with or get in touch with that you can maybe now. Dolls, some type of those building type of toys, Legos, blocks, crayons, painting, chalk, hopscotch. Like you can get a jump rope and play. With this Taurian energy here as well, that's present, there's something stabilizing and comforting because it provides support and connection to ourselves and our body. Venus and Jupiter together, I feel like they're like 2 party animals, albeit very differently. Venus is more refined. Jupiter is more jubilant, and he's like the one who grabs you around the arms and brings you. But there's an energy here about having fun, either solo or connecting through social means, like with others. There's laughter and simply being in the moment because these times are fleeting and things change. Coming up next week, we have Mercury Cazimi, a Mercury Cazimi, I should say, and a Saturn Cazimi. So a lot of big hitters during the past several weeks with these Pluto conjunctions. A lot of planets bumping up in Aquarius, and these 2 cycles with Saturn and Mercury. Let's get into the tarot and see what else we need to know for this week. Okay, what else do we need to know for this week and be aware of? This just feels like a very renewal week. So if you haven't taken the time to rest, if you haven't taken the time to just pause, I encourage you to take time for yourself, however that looks like, because everyone has different schedules and you're in different seasons of your life. Maybe if you're a parent, sleep with your child, nap with your child, and get into your favorite comfortable clothes. If you're a student, consider stopping by the rec center and trying out the gym, maybe yoga, or maybe they have dark rooms. Do something different, but that's going to honor how you want to receive that, because there's an energy here this week of receiving love as well as giving, but it's difficult to give love if you don't understand it for yourself as well, because when you know how to give love, you can ask others and you're more conscious of it too. Okay, we got some cards. We got Ace of Wands, fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. Queen of Pentacles, talk about the queen of self-love. Earth energy, Taurus. 5 of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Self-care is calling here, and I got the self-care oracle as well. I have 3 more oracles I'm going to pull for you all. New ways this week of loving. Whole concept of love. I feel like this is a dissertation topic. What does love mean to you? How were you loved growing up? What are your memories surrounding love? How did each parent, caretaker, friend, person give you love? How do you like to be loved? What is your love language? What makes you feel loved? Who makes you feel loved, past or present? A lot of questions coming up around love, connection, what it means. Oh, the cards are not even in the video. And this is one that's taking you to great heights. I feel like this week there may be like a sudden knowing, an epiphany, but also one that you're going to take action on, where you suddenly realize whether it's a result from a relationship that has terminated or a past memory of a relationship, or even one that you're in now where you're vocalizing your needs. Something is changing here about how you do this, and I feel like there's going to be more of it, more love shown to you, more love shown to others. I'm getting a lot here. For those folks that are working on emotional intimacy and vulnerability, you may be practicing and learning and meandering through what it means to be this way and with others, what it looks like, and also how to show it to others. But I also get a preponderance of energy here too. To show your love to others, you gotta first show it to yourself. So it's like when you charge a phone, you know, I don't think all phones show it, but sometimes you can see the battery charging and it'll show how much it's growing. This week, think about how you can grow that for yourself. What do you feel is missing in your life that you would love to have for yourself? Do you need more rest? Because there's different types of love and how we show it. Do you need deeper connection? Are you looking for connection with more people, spiritual connection, etc.? There's many different ways. There's also a lot of healing coming up here. Something new is popping up here. So if you've been loved in the past in a way that was different, that didn't really comport with the way you wanted to be loved, or that had nothing to do with how you wanted to be loved, this is your time to bring that in and do it, to initiate, to start it. I feel like too, for those in relationships, there's a lot of passion here and stability. There's something about, first, for both people that are single and in relationships, about stabilizing a self-love practice for yourself. It doesn't have to be complicated, especially with this earth energy, even though we get some indulgent, luxurious energy, which again is defined differently from everyone. It's also very practical, very grounded, very earthy. So there's something about sensual feeling, sensory experiences, embodiment. So some of you touch, massage, acupuncture, the pressure things, I don't know what it's called, different forms of body work are going to help. It could be saunas too, nature's sauna, thermal baths, things like that, that can help you connect to your body, to your emotions. Because we have here the Five of Swords. So to me, this indicates like there's some change here. For some of you, it has to do with work, career, your overall stability in life, which doesn't necessarily have to be related to a job or a work career, wherever you put your energy, but also how stable you feel. There's some stress here and anxiety. So it feeds with one another here. So some of you, this week is especially highlighting, it's really time to delineate, define your self-care, self-love in particular. How do you love yourself? There's so many questions coming to me because everyone has a different love language, and some folks are very detailed, others are more macro, they think more macro level. So it's important to really think about what matters to you and what makes you feel loved, safe, secure. All those elements are coming through with Queen of Pentacles. There's a nourishment energy too. So think about your basic needs. If they're being met, maybe you have to tweak those. Maybe you are getting sleep but not enough, or you're getting too much. Same thing with your food. Maybe you're overindulging in certain foods that you love and you want to eat more foods that feel good, whatever it is. Because this is tied to your mental health as well. And I also feel like stress, anxiety, potential burnout here is coming up. Also, anyone, this kind of connects to the previous week's weekly energy forecast. If there's energies around you that are not stable or don't provide safety, security for you, even after you've communicated it, that's something for you to consider whether or not you want to impart your energy with those people or in those environments. Because this energy is really about loving yourself, but with boundaries, firm boundaries. Since we're on self-care, I'm going to pull a self-care oracle. See what other messages we have. There's a chance of renewals here, like reset buttons. So if you know your self-love practices have fallen to the wayside, great time to initiate them. I really suggest starting slow, starting small, and doing something that'll have the biggest impact. For many folks, it'll be your basic needs: sleeping, eating, movement, perhaps stress reduction, but also making sure that you have a safe place where you're at. Bottom of the deck, we have intuition. We got 21, which reduces to a 3-drink tea. A lot of earthy energy here. Some of you may be called to connect with an herbalist or anyone that is in maybe the tea profession. They have certain places where you can get your own tea, or simply go to the market and get your own tea, or you can get dried herbs if you know how to mix them. This is very, very grounding, very cathartic, especially if any of you like holding mugs. I for example, love holding hot things in my hand. They very much calm me, they relax me, and I feel like safe when I hold warm things. So some of you may want to connect to what helps you feel safe. It could be a warm blanket, it could be different teas or warm fluids. Something with clothing too. There's something sensory coming through this week. So if any of you want, like, you know, a favorite after work outfit, I don't know how many of you ever change into work, because I sure as hell never. When I worked outside of my home, I was out of those clothes as quick as possible. I'm like washing my face, got into comfy clothes. There's something sensual and sensory here. So maybe like a robe at leisure wear, something comfy like sweats, whatever it is. This is also about centering yourself. Some of you, burnout energy, again, because of a lot of the shit that's been going on, changes, a lot of stuff that's been coming up, a lot of healing moments, we'll say, that have been coming up in the past several weeks and just in 2024 and continuing from the previous year. It can throw all of us off our center. And so there's a need to recenter here. Nature, a lot of nature energy here. Some of you, nature, water, teas, heat, thermal. Some of you may benefit from saunas or the spa type stuff, because a lot of fire as well. Okay. We are going to grab a Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. There's a booklet. What other messages do we need to know for this week? The Rainbow Prince. Compensation, perseverance. We got 26. Here. Oh, this is a shiny card, so you can read it this way. If I do it this way, you'll see the reflection. Okay, let's look this up. I'm going to read it to you. Something that's coming through immediately. Whatever you're starting to create in terms of your own self-love practice, or even a practice with others, because when you're in relationship with others, you're exchanging love. Generally, that's where the discernment comes in, and our intuition too. Because if it's a one-way street, that's up to you to do a U-turn and be like, see ya. There's something about building stability here. This also means trust. For some of you, self-love and trust go hand in hand. So if you have not felt like you could trust someone or have not felt safe, you couldn't express your love or couldn't receive love in the way that you wanted to. Okay, let's see what the booklet says. Let me hold it this way. Okay. When the Rainbow Prince appears as your ally, he reminds you about the law of compensation and the law of receiving. After the rainstorm you've endured on your journey, the Rainbow Prince brings you a pot of gold. which is the result of your using all the elements of your inner light and reaching into the sky until you touch the material realm from one end to the other. This isn't always an easy process, and hard work must be rewarded by compensation. When you align yourself with the energy of giving the highest value, your compensation is inherent in the act itself. But the message here is more than that. The Rainbow Prince says to keep your sights on the sky after the rainstorms that may have upset your life. Follow your bliss to the pot of gold waiting for you. Perseverance pays off, and your reward will be greater than you can imagine. As a challenger, the Rainbow Prince is telling you that you need to address how committed you are to your path. Have you been giving of yourself only as a means to control the situation? His gentle advice is to practice giving fully of yourself, devote all your attention when you're with someone, and be completely present in all areas of your life. When you do so, you will receive more than you're trying to get by being the way you are now. I'm seeing if there's another paragraph. One sec, it's a little one. The other warning is that you may be giving too much and not allowing yourself to be compensated. In other words, receiving. This may keep you in a victim mode, always looking for what's unfair. Perhaps it's time to stop giving so much and instead be willing to receive. It may not be comfortable, but you deserve it. So why not allow it? Let yourself be vulnerable. Therein lies great strength. I think we all needed to hear this. I know I did. Especially for anyone that identifies as a giver or an overgiver in your relationships, and also just with lifing. This may be a time to lean back and ask for help. Wow, themes of vulnerability are coming through: intimacy, emotional connection. Final card here. I think this is the romance deck. I don't remember the name, but we're going to see if there's anything else we need to be aware of today, as this is a week of love here. We got role reversal. Isn't this interesting? Some of you are overgivers, and it's time for you to receive. And I feel like there's a few folks out there that are big receivers, and it's time for you to give. So there's something that's equalizing here, coming into balance with these energies. So think about it. You'll know if right away which role you predominantly partake in. So for those of you that constantly give, you're generous, you give your time, energy, perhaps money, whatever it is that you're lending to others, it may be time for you to ask for that too. We also have appreciate. This brings up elements of worth, feeling seen, feeling loved. Some of you may be waiting or maybe wanting or desiring appreciation. So I'm getting words of affirmation here. So make sure to honor yourself, because asking for help is not just vulnerable and I feel a sign of strength, but it is also one way to appreciate yourself, because we can't do it all alone as humans. It takes great strength reaching out and asking someone else, hey, can you help me with this? Hey, would you mind? Y'all, I hope this reading has helped for this week. Comment down below. Have these been the energies you have been feeling around love? What has it been like? Because I feel like if you're into Valentine's Day, this is the week. If it got postponed or canceled, this is the perfect week to celebrate. And it doesn't matter if you're single or not. I feel like you should do Valentine's Day every single day and celebrate yourself, honor yourself, which is why I talked perhaps a little bit at length about your self-love practice. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. If this has helped in any way, hit the like, subscribe, share button. I'm trying to figure out, the words to come out from my mouth. Otherwise, thank you so much. I will see you soon. Take care.